Understanding the light in your garden is critical if you want to grow a lot of beautiful vegetables. For instance, if you look on the tag of a plant or back of a seed pack, it'll say full sun, partial sun, part shade, full shade. Let's just talk about what that means for just a moment. Full sun means 6 continuous hours of sunlight. Now you can have afternoon sun, you know, that range of time from 3 when it's really hot all the way till sunset in the summer. Or you can have morning sun, which, you know, is from sunrise up until about 1 o'clock or maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That morning sun is easier on vegetables, particularly in really hot parts of the country. Now, there are certain vegetables in high summer that can really take a lot of hot sun. Plants like okra, sweet potatoes, green beans, even peppers. But I found my tomatoes tend to like a little break from the hot sun. So that morning sun is really good for those. And then cool weather crops, if you're trying to bring those into the hot summer, things like cabbage and kale and lettuce and arugula, a little protection from that hot afternoon sun is really good for them. For instance, this squash, this is zucchini squash, it'll thrive in that hot afternoon sun, but it'll also do equally well in morning sun, the sun that we get in the east. Unlike some plants, vegetables cannot respond to a drought by simply going dormant. They just die. You just want to make sure that the plants have consistent water. It's best to water in the early morning. You want to deep soak the soil around the plants. Avoid any water contact on the leaves. You really just want to soak the soil. And be consistent. Don't let the plants dry out and then come in with water and expect to save them. They're not going to produce any fruit if you let them become dry. You also want to eradicate any weeds as soon as they appear. Avoid letting weeds spread as they're going to compete for the water that your vegetables need. Now, to conserve some of that moisture, you can place an organic mulch such as grass clippings or leaves or straw or pine needles around your vegetables to reduce the loss of water to evaporation. And when you apply the mulch, you want to at least put down 1/4 inch. I'd recommend 2 or 3 actually. So you may be asking, how do I keep the soil consistently moist? Well, you can water your vegetables with a soaker hose. You see, this hose has perforations along its length. Place the hose along the rows of plants. Water at a low pressure for about 15 to 20 minutes. Again, early in the morning. Also, take advantage of Mother Nature. If you don't have a rain collection system, install one. Place a rain collection barrel under the gutters to collect rain and use it to water your garden.
So although some states outright ban collecting water, a lot of other local governments really promote harvesting rainwater and collecting your own rainwater. In my hometown of St. Petersburg, they actually give out rain barrels for free to encourage citizens to save their own water. If your local government, however, doesn't provide free rain barrels, there's an easy way to make one yourself. Today, we built one for less than $100 out of some simple materials we sourced from a local home improvement store. And we put it together in less than 10 minutes. Check it out.
Squash bugs are nasty little pests and can be difficult to control, and in many cases can wipe out an entire crop of squash if left untreated. We've got an all-natural, do-it-yourself soil treatment that will help keep those squash bugs at bay. First, all you have to do is take the chopped onion and add it to the water. Next, do the same with the garlic. And then what you want to do is you want this to sit in the refrigerator overnight. And now it's just a matter of spraying the ground. Be careful to keep the spray on the soil and not the leaves, because this mixture can actually burn your plants. One preventative measure you should be aware of is to look for the squash bug eggs, and when you see them, just crush them. That'll keep the next generation from invading your garden. While this recipe won't actually kill squash bugs, it will deter them from getting on your plants. Give it a try. Now I know this may look catastrophic, but actually what's going on here is exactly what I want to have happen. These are potato vines, and about 100 and some odd days ago, we planted potatoes here of a particular variety, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But what the vines are doing now is they're dying back, and that's the indication that it's time to come out here and dig potatoes. And it's like digging up buried treasure, because what you do is you just fold back this dry soil like that, and you can see these beautiful potatoes hanging onto the roots. Look at that, just gorgeous. And I love these little tiny ones like this. They're excellent for boiling. This variety of potato is called a Kennebec, and you know what? Currently there's a real craze for them among foodies and chefs, and for good reason. It's a great potato. Just look at the yield on these. Look at this clump here. Probably 7 or 8 potatoes of this size. The skin is very thin on them, so you want to be careful when you harvest them. I don't like to use a shovel. I like to use a fork like this, because you're reducing the chance of actually piercing the potatoes. Any of these potatoes that I pierce, those are the first ones that go into the kitchen for us to use. Look at that. Bingo. Solid gold. From the Garden Home, I'm Alan Smith. Now, Justin, I have to say, this is quite a play on an old Southern favorite, the watermelon. Who doesn't love watermelon?
Everybody loves watermelon. And the cool thing about it, it takes it from that sweet treat that we all know to a really savory salad when you throw it on the grill and get a little grill marks on it.
Watermelon on the grill.
Watermelon on the grill. You can grill anything.
You wanted these quartered, right?
Let me see. Yeah. You're
right.
doing just right.
At about 2 inches thick each, and we have 8 pieces.
That's right.
What's next?
If you will get to slicing those yellow tomatoes there and maybe a few of those small jewel tomatoes.
Okay. Great.
I'm going to throw these on the grill, and then I'm going to make the dressing.
Okay, great. Now, about how long do you keep the watermelon pieces on the grill?
It depends on how hot your grill is. Mine has been preheating here for a good long while. I would say the surface of it is probably around 750 degrees. So it's good and hot, and it's going to mark it fairly quickly.
So you want to watch them.
You can't really burn them, but yes, you don't. If you overcook them, you're going to end up with a mushy melon.
I was going to say mush.
And nobody likes a mushy melon.
Then you flip them because you have that beautiful sort of marking.
Well, I just turn them a quarter turn. I don't flip them to the other side. If you flip them to the other side, you've got that heat going all the way through.
I see. You will get the mushy melon.
You will get the mushy melon. So for the dressing, we're going to use this lime, the juice, and the zest of 1 lime. So great flavor.
This has to be one of the most favorite recipes in your cookbook.
It really is.
Particularly for this time of year.
Yes, tomatoes and watermelon, it's summer.
So lime juice, honey, about how much honey was it?
2 tablespoons and 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
Okay.
Depending on how much heat you like, this is cayenne pepper. I'm just going to give us just a little kick.
Yeah, about 1/8 of a teaspoon.
About 1/8 of a teaspoon. Then we want to zest this lime here.
I love zest.
I do too.
I've got these sliced. Is that about enough, you think?
I think we're ready to rock.
Okay.
I'm going to hand this to you.
All right.
And just to emulsify the dressing, I want you to shake that up.
All right. so Justin, what do we have here? Enough dressing for the 8 pieces?
That's right. It'll serve 4 as a light main dish in the summer, or if it's a first course, it'll serve 8.
Look at those, beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, I can see how you just cooked them on one side, but you gave them a quarter turn to give that nice marking.
Presentation is everything.
Beautiful, got it. Okay, here we go. Close that down.
And there it is.
Perfect. Okay.
If you'll hand me 2 of those big yellow sliced tomatoes.
Right, okay. Here we go.
I like to put those right down on the plate just like that.
That.
And then we'll just put that right there.
Okay.
If you'll hand me that ancho chili powder.
Okay, here we go.
This is,
I wondered what you were going to do with that.
we go just right over the top with it, and then we're gonna go with a little bit of this goat cheese. I just like to
on the
do
top.
just a little dollop.
Touch.
There we go.
Okay.
Now, Alan, if you will give it a few of those tomatoes.
Right, I sliced a few of these little grape tomatoes.
Just right around the plate, maybe a few on top of it. And then you shook this dressing up for us. If you will pour it on there, I'm gonna get just a few sprigs of cilantro.
Okay. Now, you just want it drizzled over the top?
Just drizzle it over the top.
Okay.
Just get crazy with it.
All right.
That's perfect.
It's pretty good.
And we'll go just a few sprigs of cilantro.
Well, I've had a tomato and watermelon salad before, but never grilled and presented like this.
Well, we try and keep it fresh.
Marvelous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and be sure to ring the bell for notifications.